Hi, I'm Dr. Kathie Amidei. I'm Pastoral Associate at St. Anthony on the Lake Parish in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. What I wanted to talk about today is to share a little bit about infant baptism. It's a tradition for Catholics to baptize their children at very young ages, and there's a reason for this. What's important to us is that children learn from a young age what the gifts of our faith are. And so we take the sacrament of baptism as really a community event for the family, as well as for the child, and as well as for the whole congregation, that we all are making promises to each other. We are promising to help these parents raise this child, and we're promising the child that the parents will be faithful in passing on the tradition that was passed on to them of the Catholic faith. The sacrament of baptism is absolutely beautiful. Maybe you've recently or in the past had the experience of being at a baptism. It's a very happy event. We bring the child wrapped in some kind of a white garment. That's to remember the purity of and the dignity of being a Christian, a child of God. We anoint the child with sacred oil to remind them that the strength of the grace of God and how that's going to help them throughout life. We baptize the child in water. We perhaps immerse them or we pour water over them as a sign of cleansing, but also as a sign of rebirth, that this is a birth into the Christian community. We light a candle, and the candle is a baptismal candle of the child, but it's lit from the Paschal candle from the parish. The Paschal candle is a sign of the light of Christ, and we take the child's baptismal candle and we light it from the Paschal candle, and we say that this child will bring Christ's love into the world into a unique way that no one ever has and no one ever will again. And so Christ's love will be born into that family and into the community through the life of this child. So that's pretty big promises that we're making to this child about the importance of faith in their life. This isn't done automatically. It takes time. And one of the things that I've done when I'm talking to parents is to remind them of maybe a few things that might help them raise the child in the faith. One of the things that seems maybe simple, maybe something that they haven't consciously thought of, but from infancy to begin praying with their child. Simply make the cross on the sign of the cross on their forehead. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Guard my child and keep them safe while they sleep tonight. Very simple, but learning to pray in your own words. As well as that, to begin to pray our rote prayers, so that the children, that becomes language that they hear, that becomes familiar to them, and it's done in the context of the parents' love. And so it's a warm and embracement of grace really in the presence of their parents. So praying with our children is really important. And we don't have to wait until our children have the gift of language. We can pray even while they're still pre-language, at the time of pre-language of their life, where they're just learning up to hear the sounds of their faith, and they hear it in their parents' voices. Second, I would suggest that parents become involved in something in the parish, because to just come to Mass with the community, that's a wonderful thing, and that's really important. But it's very important also to be involved in the life of the parish. So perhaps volunteer in a meal program, or come to some devotion that the parish offers, the Stations of the Cross at Lent, or perhaps Rosary, or perhaps a faith-sharing group, a Bible study, or a mom's group. But invest in the parish as an adult in the family, and you will bring your children along. My children say some of their earliest memories are just being in the church when I came to work on something or to help with something. And so they have warm, good memories about that. And third, and I kind of alluded to this, but really the importance of bringing your family to Mass. I know that I was a mom. I had 3 little boys in 4 years, and coming to Mass was probably not the most spiritual experience of my life. but I think it was very formative in my children's lives. And so maybe we had to go take a walk out in the gathering space once in a while so they would settle down and come back into church and be able to not be disruptive to the congregation. But the importance of, as I say, the theology of showing up, that we showed up at Mass and our children saw that this was important to us. I cannot say that you'll be a better family if you come to Mass regularly, but I can promise you, you will be a different family if you come to Mass regularly. There's something about gathering the community on a weekly basis, of being faithful to our tradition of Eucharist, of hearing the story again of the Paschal Mystery, of hearing the readings over and over again, of becoming to know the people in your community, to say hello to people, to have people say hello to you. So those are 3 simple things that a family can do when they're choose to baptize their child and raise their child in the faith.